Chapter 10. Now this is what I call a party, said Kyle's mother as she helped herself to a bacon-wrapped shrimp from a tray being carried by a waiter in a tuxedo. Kyle and his parents were in the crowded ballroom of the Parker House Hotel. They were there for Lemoncello's library gala grand opening reception. The Parker House was located across the street from the Gold Leaf Bank building and the cluster of office buildings, craft shops, clothing stores, and restaurants called Old Town. I'm going to see if I can find Akemi, Kyle said to his mom and dad. Give her heart congratulations, said his mom. We're proud of her too, added his dad. Kyle made his way through the glittering sea of dressed-up adults. Even though his parents had put on fancy clothes for the reception, Kyle was wearing something comfortable to go exploring in, as instructed by the lock-in guide that he'd received on Wednesday. He'd packed a sleeping bag and a small suitcase with a change of clothes, toiletries, and yes, as requested, an extra pair of underwear. Kyle saw Sierra Russell all alone in a corner near a clump of curtains. It didn't look like her mother had come to the party with her. Sierra, of course, had her nose buried in a book. Kyle shook his head. The girl was about to spend the night in a building filled with books, and she skipped the food and the pop so she could read? Now that was just nutty. Haley Daly was wearing a sparkling blouse and was posing for a wall of photographers who wanted to snap her picture. Her mother was at the party too. While the cameras were focused on Haley's smile, Mrs. Daly wrapped up a couple of chicken kebabs in a napkin and slipped them inside her purse. Now Kyle saw Charles Chiltington. Poor guy must not have read the memo about comfortable clothes. He was still wearing khakis and a blazer, just like his dad. Kyle figured the Chiltington family must own like 300 pairs of pleated tan pants. Hey, Kyle, Akemi waved at him from near the fake shrub. Hey, said Kyle. Did you remember to bring your library card? Yup, said Kyle, pulling it out of his pocket. Huh, said Akemi. I got different books on the back of my library card. One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish by Dr. Seuss, and 9 Stories by J.D. Salinger. Huh, guess they're like baseball cards. All the library cards are different. Hey, you guys! Miguel Fernandez was more excited than usual. Well, that's saying something. He pushed through the mob to join him. Did you guys try these puffy cheese things? Nah, said Kyle. I'm sticking to food I recognize. The puffy cheese things were called fromage tartlets, said Andrew Peckelman, coming over to join the group. Huh? Said Kyle. Good to know. A waiter passed with a tray loaded with small boxes of Mr. Lemoncello's anagram cracker cookies. Oh, I love these, said Kyle, and took one off the platter. The cookies are in the shapes of letters. You have to see how many words you can spell. Cool, said Miguel, snagging a fistful of cookies. Tastes good, too. Yup, said Kyle, but the more you eat, the harder the game gets. Why? Asked Andrew Peckelman. Less letters, said Akemi, snatching 2 B's and a Q and wolfing them down. Barbecue flavored. Barbecue flavored letter cookies? Kyle spread out his remaining cookies in his palm. He had U, N, F, E, H, A, and V. He grinned and he deciphered his anagram, have fun. Sweet! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Dr. Zinchenko was dressed in a bright red suit, strode to the center of the ballroom. May I have your attention, please? Mr. Lemoncello will be arriving shortly to say a few brief words. After that, I will escort the 12 essay contest winners across the street to the library. Therefore, children, might I suggest you eat up. Food and drink are not permitted anywhere in the library except the Book Nook Cafe, conveniently located on the first floor. Miguel grabbed a few more cheesy puff things. When she thought no one was looking, Mrs. Daly shoved a napkined bundle of bacon-wrapped shrimp into her purse. Akemi nibbled a couple of chocolate-dipped pretzel sticks. Aren't you going to grab some more grub? She said to Kyle. No thanks. I only eat food I can play with. One last thing, announced Dr. Zinchenko. We of course want our winners to have fun tonight. However, I must insist you respect the #1 rule. Be gentle with each other, and most especially the library books and exhibits. Can you do that for me? Yes, shouted all the winners except Charles Chiltington, who said, indubitably. Good thing the library has dictionaries, muttered Akemi. Half the time, it's the only way I can figure out what Charles Chiltington's saying. Suddenly, all the adults in the ballroom started clapping. Mr. Lemoncello, looking like a beanpole, wearing a tailored coat and a tiny birthday party fireman's hat, strode into the room through a side door. Thank you, he said, stretching the elastic band on his kid-side hat and tipping it toward the crowd. You are too kind. When he let go of the hat, it snapped back with a sharp thwack. Do you know what we call that word? Thwack?
Onomatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia. What do we call that?
Onomatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia is when a word is used to make a sound. As Dr. Zinchenko informed you, I'd like to say a few brief words. Here they are. Short, memorandum, and underpants. And let us pause to remember the words of Dr. Seuss. The more you read, the more you know. The more you learn, the more places you'll go. Children? Mr. Lemoncello flourished his arm toward the ballroom doors. It's time to go across the street. Your amazingly spectacular new public library awaits.